Hello, welcome to this market outlook. Let's take a look at the week ahead. News-wise, we do have a few interest rate decisions. We have one out of Australia on Tuesday. We have one out of the UK on Thursday. We also have non-farm payrolls at the end of the week. And I'll just highlight that for you. So quite a heavy news week ahead, and I'm still a dollar bull. If we take a look at where we are in terms of structure, around 105 is a level I've been pointing out for a few weeks where I would look to get long. We have resistance here, resistance, and some support at this structure level. I'm still bullish the dollar. We have been in this upward turn for quite some time. I'm now experiencing a bit of a pullback, which could be coming to an end very shortly. So best instruments I really want to be trading, I'm going to leave obviously Aussie dollar and pound after the interest rate decisions, and then try and play them after the news. So EURUSD is my preferred market for the week ahead. Looking at structure, we do have support here and support here, and some highs. If we can come out, clean out these highs and then reject this level, I feel like that could be an ideal place to look for selling opportunities in EURUSD. We could add a little bit of confluence, just follow structure up. So if we get something like this and then break back below these highs, which have acted as resistance in the past, could act as resistance again and come down and make new lows in euro. Overall trend is bearish, and yeah, I'm just looking at key levels to try and get on board that. I do feel that we have one more run lower at least in EURUSD. Let's take a look at pound anyway. Before those interest rate decisions, I have a few levels that I've marked out. In and around 1.24, we do have an area of interest. You can see it just acted as support and resistance in the past. We are at a level of support here, support and possible resistance. Last week I did try and short this. I'll go down into the hourly time frame. I did have a bias which was bearish on this instrument, and we did have a few levels of confluence. So the one was the higher time frame level that you can see marked on your chart. We had a previous daily high, well, two daily highs. They were acting as obviously resistance here, resistance here. We came up, deviated, got back below and retested from our side. That is where I went short, stopped above the high, and we sold off. I tried to hold this to see if we could run a little bit lower, but we came back up and took us out for break even. So the trade was a valid setup. I've been bearish on the pound for some time, and we did have a higher time frame level where we sold off before. Just using the daily highs and those, it's good for, you know, entries. You get nice. If we just take a look at Monday's high here, if you had a bearish bias, you can see that we traded away from that high. We did break above, no retest back below. And if we take a look at this high, we can see the bearish reaction we got. So that was kind of the thinking behind looking at this high, waiting for maybe a deviation, break back below, and then sell. We got all those setting up, and that's why I took pound dollar short. Let's take a look at dollar yen. We do have some strength coming into the yen. Not too sure that this is the high at the moment, but I don't really want to be trading two strong currencies against the other. But we have this support and resistance here, support here, as an area of interest to see if we can look for more bullish moves to the upside. So that's a longer term trade that I'll be looking at. We're not quite there at that level, so we're just going to let yen pairs go for the moment and maybe take a look at Aussie dollar after Tuesday. There's not much point looking at it now. I want to look at some euro pairs. Let's take a look at EURCAD. I'm bearish, very bearish the euro, in fact. Looking to get involved. We can see that we do have this sort of double bottom on euro. May trap a lot of people to go long. That could be my target. Price action's a little choppy in here at the moment. I would like if we came up and maybe read out some highs into this previous structure would be perfect up there, and then look for a selling opportunity. But down in the smaller time frames, I may be able to look for day trades to the downside. We do have monthly candles opening, so we may get the open, and if we do go higher in this could be a nice area to look for shorts. As you know, we can get back below and then have a bearish candle, so that would fall in line with moving a little bit higher straight into this structure and then looking for selling opportunities. But if we look at the daily highs and lows, you still could find some trading opportunities if you have your bias. You can see last Friday that we did come up, deviate back below, kind of sold off. We do have Wednesday's high getting rated and selling off. So once you have your bias, look at daily highs and lows, look how the market's reacting around there, and you may find that you do get nice little trading opportunities on the smaller time frames. Let's take a look. Monday, a little bit of an overstretch there, but you can see Wednesday's high taken, sells off. We can see Friday's high gets taken on Monday, sells off. We can see Wednesday high taken on Thursday, sells off. We can see Thursday's high taken, sells off on Friday. So yeah, there will be trading opportunities. If you've got your bias, then look for daily highs and lows. It may help you or guide you in your trading. Let's take a look at Euro Swiss daily time frame. Bearish on this. We do have some lows that I want to mark out that could act as a target. So any pullbacks, I'll be looking for selling opportunities. I've just marked out Friday's high, I've marked out Thursday's high. I would prefer if we came up, took out Thursday's high straight into this support, so we'd be adding confluence. The confluence would be huge downtrend, so that's one confluence bias. We have structure, so we have support, we'd have resistance in a downtrend as well, and then we would have our daily high taken, so we have liquidity taken straight into that area of interest. So yeah, bearish bias, but I will look at these daily levels to see if we can get involved, or if Monday's range steps out. So if we have Monday's range and we come up, deviate Monday's range, get back below and sell, that's another nice little entry if you can look for it. I'll see if there's any examples on the chart here. Yeah, we can have one. It's not the cleanest, but you get the idea. Monday's level, deviate, sells off, and we do come up again, sweep Monday's high, get below and sells off into the rest of the week. So price action quite choppy here, but you can still see where I'm coming from with that. Let's see if we get any. Yeah, we have a good example here. Monday's levels, we get a deviation of Monday's high, break back below, retest, sells off straight to Monday's low and even lower. So that's what I mean by looking for Monday's levels to come into play. Let's finish off with some crypto. We'll look at Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin here, we do have the support, this sort of channel that we broke out of. I did have this on my chart, previous resistance acting as support, but we just went straight through it. News driven. We have come up taking this, finding it very hard to break through here, acting as resistance. I wouldn't be suckered into any sales just yet. If we could come up, take in a higher time frame level, so come up here, take a higher time frame level, and then look for shorting opportunities. That's what I would do. I'm still bearish bias on this instrument, and just looking for previous levels of resistance to get in. So we're getting push. We're still in this pullback phase, and then I think we get another big push to the downside before any longer term opportunities of buying comes into place. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Daily time frame. We are at a level that I'm interested in. As you can see, support, 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 support. So maybe Ethereum is more likely to be on my radar. We do have a few inside days, so I'd mark out this smaller bar high. If we come up, deviate, get back below, then I'd look to sell. Or we have previous structure, huge resistance here. If we come down, break below, retest from the side, then I'd look for this low to go and then come back into this area of structure. So yeah, at the moment, this just weekend chop. If we get one more move up, we'd be prepared to get back below for a selling opportunity. If we do not get that, then we have this layer of resistance. Could return to resistance if we break back below, retest from the other side, and yeah, look for lower prices. So that's what I'm looking at. We do have a few interest rate decisions. I'll maybe update again. Well, I'll update daily in the group, but I'll maybe update YouTube after if I see anything of interest on Aussie or pound pairs. But wishing you a profitable week, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week.